Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the intricate and often dramatic world of the British royal family. Today, we're going to unravel a story that continues to cast a long shadow over one of its most prominent, yet often embattled, figures. Sarah, the Duchess of York, more affectionately known as Fergie. If you were to ask the Duchess herself, one might wonder if her circumstances could possibly become any more arduous, any more fraught with challenges. Well, regrettably, it appears they can, and indeed, they are. What we're witnessing unfold now is shaping up to be far more damaging and profoundly impactful than many initially comprehended. As always, allow me to illuminate the intricacies of this evolving narrative. It's a pleasure to connect with you on what appears, from my vantage point here by the tranquil river, to be a rather serene day. I sincerely hope you are all keeping well and enjoying a moment of peace. However, I must tell you, the waters are anything but tranquil for Sarah, the Duchess of York, and her former husband, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. Their lives remain perpetually in the eye of a storm, and recent developments suggest the tempest is only intensifying. Consider the landscape of royal reporting right now. The media airwaves are abuzz with various accounts, some confirmed, many not, swirling around the Duke and Duchess. Let me be absolutely clear, at this precise juncture, some of these narratives remain purely speculative, unverified whispers echoing through the corridors of public opinion. However, according to these circulating reports, and we stress, these are currently unconfirmed, there is a growing sentiment, a prevailing desire, reportedly from His Majesty King Charles III himself, that Sarah and Andrew should effectively become invisible by the festive season of Christmas. What does this mean in practical terms? It implies, quite starkly, that they would not be extended an invitation to the cherished annual royal Christmas celebrations, a deeply significant gathering for the royal family. This predicament presents an undeniably difficult situation, doesn't it? Where does one go when the very institution they once belonged to, and whose name they still bear, wishes for their absence from its most intimate moments? With a relentless torrent of stories, fresh allegations, and renewed scrutiny engulfing the royals almost daily, where does one turn for solace, for direction, or simply for a reprieve? It's a dizzying landscape, leaving many to ponder the path forward for the Duke and Duchess of York. Yet amidst this existing maelstrom, a new and potentially even more profound problem is now emerging, one that is poised to engulf Sarah, the Duchess of York, with fresh controversy. Once more, I shall endeavor to explain the full scope of this latest development. It's truly lovely to have you with us today, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude, as ever, for dedicating your valuable time to join me in exploring these complex royal sagas. Regardless of your personal sentiments towards Sarah or Prince Andrew, whether you are an ardent supporter, a keen observer, or someone with reservations, one simply cannot escape the undeniable reality that significant difficulties are now confronting them. These are not isolated incidents, but rather a series of challenging situations that, as I've discussed with you over the past few days, seem to surface with unsettling regularity. It's particularly insightful to observe how different narratives can be crafted and manipulated, even when ostensibly discussing the same events. Take, for instance, the recent discussions surrounding the infamous Jeffrey Epstein saga and its tangential connection to individuals like Elon Musk. We've seen a version of events suggesting a certain proximity, yet upon closer examination, upon chipping away at the superficial layers, it becomes apparent that Mr. Musk never actually visited Epstein, nor did he ever personally meet him. He was merely listed, apparently, as one of the individuals Epstein intended to invite. Do you see how the picture can be skillfully rearranged, contoured to fit a particular desired narrative? However, the same nuanced defense or reinterpretation cannot regrettably be applied to Sarah, the Duchess of York, in certain aspects of her own association with the Epstein affair. Unlike the more indirect nature of some other connections, the Duchess has, to her credit, openly acknowledged the fact that she received a sum of at least £15,000. While this is the admitted figure, many within royal circles and the wider public strongly suspect the actual amount was considerably more substantial. The pivotal question that looms large and remains largely unanswered is precisely what this payment was rendered in return for. Was it for access? Was it for introductions? The The precise nature of this exchange remains shrouded in ambiguity, fueling conjecture and adding another layer of complexity to her already challenging public image. But now a truly significant new chapter in this unfolding drama is about to be unveiled, one that promises to bring fresh scrutiny and potentially further damage. We are referring to an upcoming dramatic series set to debut very soon on a major streaming platform. This highly anticipated production features the acclaimed actress Natalie Dormer, who takes on the role of Jane Andrews. Now, for those of you who might need a gentle reminder, who exactly was Jane Andrews? Jane Andrews, as many will recall, held the position of royal dresser assistant to none other than Fergie herself, the Duchess of York. Her life following her time in royal service took a rather tumultuous and, shall we say, remarkably checkered path, tragically culminating in an alleged murder. The very association of the Duchess with a figure whose life ended in such dramatic and controversial circumstances already adds a layer of unfortunate notoriety. Where this situation truly takes an intriguing and indeed a rather concerning turn is in the way it seems to attract further negativity. One might even observe with a touch of melancholy that if anyone possessed an uncanny ability to attract and attach themselves to challenging circumstances, the Yorks might be said to do so in spades. The latest development stems directly from comments made by Natalie Dormer, the star of this upcoming series. She has publicly announced that the production company behind the project, Left Bank Pictures, will see her full salary from this role donated entirely to children's charities. And the reason for this extraordinary gesture? Ms. Dormer has explicitly stated her profound dismay, her deep sense of being appalled at the association that Sarah, the Duchess of York, had with Jeffrey Epstein. This revelation, delivered in a recent interview to Variety, which, as many of you will know, is the preeminent trade paper within the Hollywood entertainment industry, could not be more damning for the Duchess. It's not merely a casual remark, it's a public, unequivocal statement from a prominent actress directly linking the Duchess to a scandal and expressing moral condemnation, thereby creating a significant new wave of negative publicity. Why is this particular development posing such an amplified problem for the Duchess of York? Well, as is so often the case in these complex narratives, there are multiple layers and interconnected consequences. As many of you are aware, Sarah has, in recent years, embarked upon a new creative endeavor, channeling her experiences and imagination into writing a series of semi-autobiographical, historical-themed novels. There was a genuine and palpable hope, even an active pursuit, that one of these literary works might be adapted into a captivating miniseries or even a series of films. Think back, if you will, to the kind of enthralling historical dramas and adaptations that many of us so thoroughly enjoyed back in the 1980s. I'm speaking of the lavish productions based on the works of literary giants like Sidney Sheldon, with his intricate plots and glamorous settings, the sweeping sagas penned by Barbara Taylor Bradford, captivating audiences with tales of family dynasties and enduring romance. And, of course, the wonderfully prolific Dame Barbara Cartland, renowned for her vibrant historical romances, often featuring those iconic voluminous hairstyles. Such adaptations were incredibly successful films and television events, providing fantastic fodder for entertainment and often becoming cultural touchstones. That was precisely the aspiration for Sarah's literary ventures. However, all of these promising prospects, all of these potential revenue streams that could have provided much-needed financial stability and a renewed public platform for the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, alongside Prince Andrew, have now been abruptly put on an indefinite pause. This latest controversy, fueled by Natalie Dormer's very public stance, has dealt a significant blow to these ambitions, effectively halting their progress and dimming their future prospects. The overarching problem now, as I've repeatedly underscored, is the pervasive uncertainty that grips the Duke and Duchess. They simply do not know what fresh revelations await them, what new files, documents, or testimonies might be released next, potentially unleashing further damaging information into the public domain. This constant state of apprehension must be an extraordinarily heavy burden to bear. In this entire protracted debacle, there appears to be only one slender thread of what could be considered a saving grace, however precarious it may be. This refers to the unwavering stance of Ghislaine Maxwell. Despite the overwhelming evidence and public sentiment, Maxwell continues to staunchly maintain that the infamous photograph depicting Prince Andrew alongside her and Virginia Giuffre, a picture that the prince himself categorically denied the authenticity of during his highly scrutinized Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis, is, in her words, a totally fake picture. While this assertion, coming from Maxwell, offers a fleeting, albeit controversial, denial, its power to alter the broader narrative or public perception seems to diminish with each passing day. With this story continuing to circulate, to be re-examined, and to repeatedly rise to the surface of public discourse, the cumulative impact against the revered British monarchy is becoming increasingly profound. We are now hearing more and more suggestions, not merely for the removal of the Duke and Duchess's royal titles, a move that has been long debated, but for a more fundamental removal, a physical relocation or isolation somewhere. As I've hinted at previously, perhaps to a more remote royal estate, akin to the private seclusion of Balmoral. Regardless of where they ultimately reside or what their titles may or may not be, one undeniable truth remains. They are going to have to find ways to earn a living. And in this quest for financial viability, it appears that yet another potential revenue stream, among many others, has now bit the dust. This latest setback adds to an already lengthy list, including the disheartening fact that at least 7 different charities have severed their ties with the Duchess, further illustrating the severe erosion of her public standing and opportunities. This, my dear viewers, is very much a developing story, one that continues to unfold with new revelations and implications. As soon as I am privy to more verified information, you, our loyal audience, will be among the first to know. Thank you for joining me today from the very heart of the United Kingdom, as we navigate these complex and often challenging updates concerning the royal family. What are your thoughts on these latest developments? Do you believe the King's reported wish for invisibility is justified? How do you view Natalie Dormer's decision to donate her salary? And what impact do you think this will have on the Duchess's future endeavors? Please share your perspectives in the comments section below. Your insights are always valued. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel for more in-depth royal analysis, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Until then, stay informed and thank you for watching.